Welcome back, everybody. She is the executive producer and star of the new Hallmark Channel original movie, Love on a Limb, which is premiering this Saturday night. Please welcome back to our home, Ashley Williams.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You've learned to craft. You love mac and cheese.
Oh, it's been a big day.
Big day.
You're going out on a limb today.
Hey, we found some love on that limb.
Truly, you did find some love on that limb. And when you were filming this movie in Canada, you spent an entire week living in a tree, Ashley.
I did. Well, you know, I didn't live in it. I worked in it.
For how many hours a day?
You know, 14.
Yeah, that's living.
Was there a tree house or was it just?
There was a little landing, if you will. But I have to tell you, I became very comfortable up in my tree. I found a little divot that just perfectly held my bottom, and I was very comfortable. When it was time for me to get out of the tree, when we were wrapping out the tree, I actually cried because I was so sad to say goodbye.
Well,
to
I
it.
see you've already claimed possession because it was my tree.
It was my tree.
You really
I
bonded.
fought for that tree. I created that tree.
What was it? An
that
oak?
tree.
What kind of tree was it?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
But you love the tree so much, but you're not sure what
A magical tree. It was a magical Hallmark tree.
It was a magical tree. Oh, look at you.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. We have a scene of you in this tree. Okay, the whole idea behind this is you're obsessed. You don't want this tree to come down. You're in love with nature. However, there is a builder in town, and he needs the tree to come down. And he will do anything to get you out of this tree. Anything. We have a look at that. Take a look.
Did you find someone to take your place up there tonight?
Why?
Thought you might like to go out to dinner. With me.
What's your angle?
No angle, just thought you could use the night off.
Well, I'm the only tree sitter on duty tonight, so no.
Figured you might say that. What if I bring the night off to you?
Who are you, Kyle Sorensen?
Wow.
That was Trevor Donavon, by the way, who has been here before. Oh, that's
I have to tell you guys, initially, you know, I developed this script from the very beginning. I sold it. I was the executive producer. I hired the director, the writers, the everybody. But originally, this scene was supposed to take place in a diner, a romantic diner conversation where they sort of connect over food. And I said, you know, I think it needs to take place by the tree, and maybe he lights it up when we have some Italian wedding lights. And at 4 in the morning, when we finally shot that, I had to apologize to the entire crew because we had to shoot until the sun came up that day. And it was so romantic, but I asked for my own night shoot there.
I just want to take a moment and remind you that we do have a psychologist on the set today.
Right. She can help out.
But she could cross over and help you with.
Can I book a quick appointment with her really
just to
quickly? Yeah,
find
self-punishment.
But truly, if you are that much of a nature lover, you, I think, may have thought, if I get out of this tree, I might be duped. I need to stay in the tree.
Exactly.
As a character,
and
I would have thought that too.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of the movie is that this girl, you know, she's a do-gooder in her town, and they have to cut down this tree because it's messing up the pipes. And she climbs up in the tree in protest and says, I will not come down until you let this tree stand where it's been for the last 150 years.
Did Trevor get like neck work done? Because he was every scene he's like this.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
I mean,
Trevor
really.
is pretty in shape, so I'm not worried about the mechanics of his physicality there. I think he's doing really
I understand
well.
though that he wasn't always there, that you had other people stand in for him.
Well, there was one night when Trevor had to leave to do something else, and so
To get his neck fixed.
He had to go to a chiropractor, and my husband had to be the stand-in for Trevor. And actually, the scene that you just shot, sort of the second half of that, yeah, that's my husband. I hired him to be my on-set producer.
You hired him. You hired your husband.
Well, my husband is an amazingly successful independent film producer, and he's actually hired me to be in a couple of his movies. So I thought it was time for me to sort of to hire him, and
Was he a tough negotiator?
Yeah, it was just, he was brutal. Yeah,
He's
brutal.
But wait, what did he do? He stood in for Trevor?
So yeah, and in a couple of the scenes when Trevor couldn't be there, my husband Neil Dodson, who used to be an actor and then got smart and became a producer, read the lines with me, and so it was very romantic.
And he is actually very romantic in real life. The way
My
he
husband?
proposed to you is so amazing. Tell the story.
We had, yeah, well, Neil and I have been together for a very long time, and it was about 8 years into our relationship, and we climbed up to the top of Angel's Landing in Zion National Park in Utah, and we'd done the hike a couple of other times, but we got up there, and he set up the camera to take a bunch of shots in a row, and I couldn't figure out why, and all of a sudden he got down on his knee right there on top of the mountain. I sort of always had this theory that if I'd said no, he would have just pushed me off.
That would have ended very well. But look at you crying.
Yeah, I was very, very happy. Yeah.
I bet he was really freaking out the whole way up, hiking
He
with
was,
that
and
ring.
I didn't know. He'd
Do you know
called
what I
my
mean?
dad, and he'd called everybody in my family.
Wait,
and
he had
asked for their
reception up
blessing.
there?
Yeah, I wish. No, I did
can't-
proceed to tell every single person on the way down the mountain and give them a hug and say, look what happened, you know.
So you really do have a thing for nature.
I do, yeah, big time. Yeah,
Oh,
very
that's
real.
fantastic.
So there's Neil, yeah, that's Neil.
Well, you know, in honor of your love for nature, for big rocks and for big oak trees, we thought we should gift you with something. We
have a little
We have a
something.
little something for you here. Now,
What?
you can't live in it.
Oh my God, is this a bonsai tree?
It's a bonsai
bonsai
tree,
tree.
and you know
You guys,
you see the
this
chain?
is amazing.
Here's a little chain because you change yourself. So you can maybe chain this to you instead
Yeah.
of the other way around.
Yeah.
it feels
I
like.
love this
Yeah.
so much.
There you go.
I'm gonna try. If anybody tries to take this down or take this from me,
you-
they don't want to know what's gonna happen.
No. You could probably have dinner underneath that too.
Oh yeah, we
somehow.
could set up a little mini table
There you
and
go.
some Christmas lights. You guys, I love this.
We love
Thank you
you,
for
Ashley.
coming back and
Thank
hanging
you.
out.